Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am wrapping up everything I read for week 1 of Horror Mayhem, which is a reading event that I am helping host along with a bunch of other great channels, which I will have linked down below. And I read quite a bit in this first week of May that has to do with Horror Mayhem, so I'm excited to talk about it. And the first thing I finished was an audiobook for Audition by Ryu Murakami, which I think it's listed as horror, but it could also be a thriller because there's no supernatural elements at all. But I actually ended up really liking this really short story. It was only like a 4-hour audiobook, something like that. And this one was translated from Japanese, and it was a very, very dark story for sure. And it follows a man whose wife died, and he has a son, and he is kind of shy, and he decides to do this movie and audition people for this movie, but really what he's looking for is finding a new wife, like an audition for a new wife, which is pretty shady. Mostly this guy did not seem like a bad person, other than that it's very misleading. And he becomes very smitten with one of the girls that auditions, and it's goes to some very dark places that I will not spoil. It's a very short story. I actually really like this story, and I wouldn't mind reading some more from Ryu Murakami in the future. Yes, these kind of super dark horror-ish thrillers. The other thing that I finished for the first week of Horror Mayhem is Blackwater by McDowell. This is a serialized story that had 6 parts. It was released as 6 individual books that were about 120 pages each, and this is a bind up of all 6. I read the first 2 sections in April. I was hoping to finish it in April, but I didn't. And then I read the last 4 sections the first week of May, which is about 500 pages. And this is a Southern Gothic story with a lot of family drama and like a very rich, prominent family in a very, very tiny town in the South. And it starts with a big flood and a mysterious woman being found in the flood that the very wealthy man of this family is automatically smitten with, and she becomes a huge part of this story. And there's a bit of mystery and a lot of like juicy drama. And it is also horror. There are some supernatural elements, but they're not the focus. But this is a very, very good story. Well written and so much fun to read. With great southern atmosphere. With the like alligator-filled river and swamp, and the tiny town where everybody knows everything about everybody. That sort of thing. I read the first two parts, which were The Flood and The Levee, in April, and then the ones I read this month were The House, The War, The Fortune, and Rain. And this story follows this rich family and the people in their inner circle all through like an entire generation. So it starts in 1919 during the flood, where Eleanor is found in the water, and then it goes all the way until like the 1970s. So that's a long time. So we've got the original people and then their children and their children's children, that sort of thing. And this is a scene from like the very first chapter. They're in the boat searching the flood area, and they find Eleanor. This is Eleanor. Horror Mayhem is off to a great start for me. I loved everything I read and gave it all 5 stars. So hopefully that good luck will continue on through the month. I'd love to hear what horror story you've read this week. Which one was your favorite? What do you think of these books that I read? And I'll be back fairly soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.